This particular piece actually started back in senior year of high school, I think. It was a leftover cut off chunk of an even bigger canvas, and somebody had already painted it, I think, a light gray, and I found a screen print of Jim Morrison laying around that I put over it. Now, that's not even important because you can't even see that anymore, but you have to start somewhere. So for me, it's always about texture. You start with texture. In this case, it's mainly just really thick screen printing paint that's been lopped on and smeared across the canvas at different angles. No real rhyme or reason other than, the feeling of chaos to be expressed. I think that when painting and when creating art, it's so subjective. This art wasn't created to be consumed. It was just an expression of feelings I was having, and it stayed unfinished for a couple decades, to be honest. It was just a few years ago when I was living in Salt Lake City going through intense separation after a 10 plus year marriage, which was one of the best parts of my life, but also one of the hardest things in my life. And so that's oftentimes where I find the inspiration to create, is from those peaks and those valleys. Life isn't, a straight line, but more so a lot of ups and a lot of downs and a lot of in-betweens. And for me, it's always either the highs or the lows that seem to inspire me the most. I added some more elements to it that really kind of tied in the idea, which this piece, based on the colors, based on the images, based on the few words, it really ties into a feeling of loneliness, isolation. I don't like depression to use that term because I don't feel like I've ever struggled with depression really, truly, but maybe a couple times. But I think that art is such an outlet. You can use it to express any feeling you want. And so back to this piece, after putting on some texture in different colors, I added some tape to it, cut out some images from magazines, some printouts. Basically, my earlier art like this was a lot more chaotic because there was always something in chaos that I could even identify with to this day. And chaos is a universally understood feeling or language, much like pain is a universal language. So however you want to express that, I want to encourage people to do so, because even if you just created something for yourself, you never know who it's going to connect with and help.